Welcome to monthly series of Nadya destroying designers' names by mispronouncing them awfully. That's gonna be the official name of this pattern roundup now. Damn, designers have been working hard in July. Never thought that my problem with the pattern roundup video for monthly pattern roundup would be too many cool designs. And this is exactly what happened this time around, because right now on my favorites July 2026 bundle, there are 98 patterns that are size inclusive, fun, and I like them. So it was very hard to narrow down for this video to not be 5 hour long, but I made a poll on my YouTube and it had some mixed opinions. So I found a compromise. I will tell you about my favorite patterns out of the bundle, and then in the end, instead of a rapid fire type of roundup, I will just show you the pictures, like collages of pictures and names of patterns and designers that didn't make it to the main part of the video. Now I believe some introductions are to be had. Hi, my name is Nadya. I'm the face behind Lemony channel, where every Thursday we discuss all things knitting. And so this time around we have a lot of patterns to go through, so let's not waste time and grab a beverage of your choice. I'm watching you. It's time. Hydration is very important. And let's get into it. My beverage of choice today is elderflower syrup concentrate kind of thing that you add water to and it becomes like a elderflower drink. And my friend Maya got me hooked on this one. So if you live in Denmark or Norway, I believe, and you have Rema 1000 shop, they are concentrates without sugar, like sugar-free ones. You have to get them. They are the thing. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. The first pattern. First category we go through are what I call the butt stuff. So it could be shorts, skirts, or anything that goes to the lower part of your body. And mainly it's the first category because usually there are not so many patterns in those categories to be released. So they're short and sweet. Busy woman all the time. First pattern on my list is Frankfurt Flared Skirt by Made by Rush. Why I'm doing this with this finger? Because I cannot pronounce the name of the pattern. Try to say Frankfurt Flared Skirt 3 times in a row. Frankfurt Flared Skirt, If you can, you're a genius. I can't, and I envy you like crazy. Now, as we already come to expect from Made by Roche, it is one of those patterns where everything is made to measure, so you can use any yarn at any gauge, and it doesn't matter what size you have. The pattern will let you calculate everything based on your measurements and your gauge swatch in the yarn you want to use. So technically, it is a universal pattern that will let you make any size with any yarn. It is stranded color work, and I am absolutely obsessed with the shape of this skirt, followed by color work changes. So like those panels of triangles on the bottom, I kind of feel like it gives this very modern, casual fashion vibe, and I really like it. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in knit form before. But honestly, every pattern Made by Roche come up with, they always are extremely fashionable and really unique. There is shaping for your booty. The flares are customizable as far as I understand, and don't worry about using the yarn that is not like described in the pattern, because the pattern will give you meterage expectations for any kind of yarn you are planning to use. So I kind of feel like this pattern speaks for itself, so I don't want to dive too deep into it. It costs £8, and I think it would be an autumn staple. The second skirt, which is at the same time last but not least item in the booty category here, is Posy Pointel Skirt by Mippy the Label, aka Famke. Made in DK weight gauge, it is a very pretty lacy pointel skirt with a split at the bottom. It can be both mid-length or short mini skirt because Famke added modifications to make them different lengths so that you can choose whatever you want to knit. And what I really like about this pattern is how the booty shaping is done, because if you see Famke's pictures, it highlights everything you would like to highlight, but hides everything you wouldn't want to highlight. So I feel like it's a very flattering type of skirt, though I'm not sure how comfortable I would be to wear something like this, but judging by the testers' photos, even plus size ladies look amazing in the skirt, so definitely something to look into. From sizes ranging from 60 centimeter waist to 148 centimeter waist, to which is 23.5 inch to 52.5 inches, I think. This pattern for €9 allows you to have a very like romantic summer skirt that you can wear to your most romantic walk to the park. I literally am imagining like a walk in a park when everything is green and you're just like having a stroll with an ice cream in your hand for some reason. I don't know where this association came from, but I mean, Famke never disappoints, does she? It's always amazing designs with her. Now we're going into the biggest category because it's summer, so designers are naturally gravitating towards summer tops. It's gonna be a very, very, very broad category this time. And I need to warn you, July has been a boat neck infestation on Ravelry. I can't explain it any other way because there were so many boat neck t-shirts and tops and crop tops released. I don't think I've ever seen that many boat necks in one like month. Now we are all used to seeing Sabai top, but now everybody is making boat necks. I find it interesting. I guess we're on trend, but I literally cannot include like 6 boat neck patterns. So I will go with the one I like the most, obviously because I test knitted it. So it was the pattern of my choice, and it is the Sunflower Top by Fioricini Knits. As I said, I test knitted this pattern. Probably would have seen it as a finished object in my podcast, and I was wearing it in a few videos already. I've been wearing this pattern all July long. I'm in love. Now, at the moment when I'm recording this video, the pattern is not yet up on Ravelry, but when you're watching it is. So it is a DK weight boat neck top with some scalloped edging at the bottom, different versions of finishings for the sleeves and the neck. In my sample, I didn't do any finishings, so I just had like a rolling edge here, and I added like a 3D effect of the scallops on top as well. But I am also making a second sample just to let you know how much I love this pattern. I am also participating in knit along for this pattern, and I'm making it with this like gorgeous pearly yarn from Prue Yarns. And on this version, I'm planning to add cap sleeves that maybe are also gonna be added to the pattern, depending on how the knit along goes. But for now, the best thing about this pattern is that not only does it flatter a lot of body types, because if you go through testers photos, first of all, I was so proud to be in this tester group because all the girls were so pretty, and literally everybody looks amazing in this top. And I link it to the way the shaping is done, and also to the way Beatrice added not only just bust darts into the pattern and how to add them and different options for them, but she also added a section on customizable bust darts that will literally work for your own preferences, which I think is amazing, and I hope more designers gonna do in the future, because that is really cool, especially for garments that are supposed to be worn with a negative ease. Now the sizes go from 29 to 59 inches and 73 centimeters to 150 centimeters. And you would think that it is not size inclusive because there's one inch missing to be like officially size inclusive, but the pattern has a recommended negative ease of up to 10 centimeters, which is 4 inches. So I think we're good. I know I already said a lot of good things about this pattern in all my previous videos before, but I definitely recommend checking it out because it is amazingly written, and the fact that I'm making the second sample, I think, is like the testimony enough to how good this pattern is. Moving on to V-neck tops, we have a 30s top by My Deglon or My Tinks on YouTube on Instagram. Now this one is fun. This is not something you typically see in the wild. Like it is a stockinette stitch V-neck top with double knitted edges and European shoulder construction. What is really cool is that it doesn't have any finishings that you need to do afterwards, so you don't need to pick up any stitches anywhere because all of the finishings are put inside the knitting. Damn it, if I want to have this YouTube channel for longer, I need to invest into English speaking course. Jeez. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It has a huge bow. It is also built into the pattern, so these are the ties that go atop of the v-neck. And Maya says that you can either make them longer and tie them into the bowl, or you can just like leave them hanging, and they're inspired by the pussycat bows that were popularized in 30s. There are horizontal bust darts, optional body shaping, and there are two versions. One is like split in the middle, or you can make it like a hole so that you can knit it in a round. So like kind of like a T, sleepover, I guess. And what I really like about it is that you can both kind of use it as a top to wear in the summer, but you can also make it from like a woolly yarn and add it like as a layering piece in fall, because Maya has this gorgeous picture where she's wearing the top on top of a blouse, and this is giving elegance, it's giving style, and it's giving queen. It is knit at sport gauge. Now the sizes go from 70 centimeters to 150 centimeters, or 28 inches to 60 inches. But what is important to notice before you start making this pattern is that Maya grades her patterns not from the full chest size that goes from the widest point of your chest, but from the upper chest size where your armpits like are located. So like basically where your arms start, this is the upper chest measurement. Why is she doing that? Because that is considered to be a better way to shape any kind of garment to people's bodies, because the bust size can be very different, and like a full chest circumference can be very different on very different bodies. So for example, we can have a very skin girl but with a bigger boobage area, and then all the garments she will knit from the finished circumference point of view are gonna be pretty much boxy, oversized things. And if you use the upper bust measurement, then it's gonna be more stable and standardized along the sizes. So as a tech editor, I think that's amazing, because like not a lot of designers do that, and that is really cool on Maya's part. And this pattern goes for $12 approximately. I'm bad at conversions. Now we have something fancy in the front, but let's move to something fancy in the back. Almaria top by Marie Eve Wedge. In her skin on Instagram. I bet you know her. This top looks like something taken directly from a fairy tale. It looks very vintage with its open back and crochet detailing in the shape of the open back. Has cap sleeves, which look amazingly cute, cropped silhouette, and what I absolutely love is that the front is just plain stockinette. So it's kind of like the business in the front, party in the back kind of situation. So from the front, it looks like a very simple top, like the ones you see every day. But if you look at the back, that's where the party starts. It looks whimsical, basically everything you would want for a summer 2026. It follows all the trends. It includes optional bust shaping and is graded from 74 centimeters to 159 centimeters of finished bust circumference, or 29.5 inches to 63.5 inches. And the gauge is fingering weight gauge. Now I know that a lot of my viewers are a bit scared of anything that has crochet details in it, because not all knitters know how to crochet. But judging by the pictures, I can say that it is not gonna be a hard type of crochet. So like you won't need to learn to crochet, go through a full crochet course just to make it. It's quite easy, and as far as I can see from testers' testimonials, it is very well described there. So don't be scared just because it has crochet in it. Another super romantic and whimsical pattern we have on the list is Astrea blouse by Pearl by Ray, made in fingering weight yarn It is a fitted lace raglan top. Here you have all the whimsical, elegant, vintage things you can imagine. It has lace, it has picot edge, it has scalloped crochet edge as well, which makes the sleeves look like bluebells you're wearing on your shoulders, which is... And what is also very cool is that, judging by description of the pattern, Megan also included some modifications inside of the pattern, so you can modify V-neck depth, length, and different yarn weights to knit this pattern. And then another very cool thing is that this pattern has lace version that is open, so like it closes like a vest with buttons. Lace version with a V-neck that is closed circumference, so it's gonna be like V-neck and then it goes down as a sleepover. Fully stockinette option with open or closed front finished options, which is why, to list all of the sizes she has, I would go insane, because like every version has different sizing because it's a different fit. Makes a lot of sense, right? So I'll just like add a picture here of the sizes that she has. And for $13.8, this pattern is super elegant, and I kind of feel like it's a perfect layering piece as well to wear on top of a simple dress. Do you see my vision? Kind of like, for example, like a black dress, and on top you put this as a cardigan in a way, because it's very see-through, it's fully lace. I wouldn't wear it on its own probably, maybe like with a tank top or something like that, or camisole, but I think it would look even cuter as kind of a cardigan on top of a dress. Now we have a few floral inspired tops. Florals for July, groundbreaking. The first one on my list is Espigas top by Clara Pushin. It is a very simple top, but it has a detail that makes it stand out a lot, which is cable pattern on the bottom that looks like a field of ripened wheat. So it gives you the cute farmer vibes. The sizes go from 82 to 165.5 centimeters to 32.25 to 65.25 inches. It's made with a yarn that doesn't have a description, like official name for its weight, but the gauge is 21 stitches to 28 rows. While I very like the style of this pattern, I am not very impressed with plus-sized photos of testers, because I think this pattern rides up a lot, so it doesn't have bust shaping, but kind of needs it. And I kind of feel like because of the cables going up, it will be a bit hard to, if you've never, for example, made bust darts yourself before and haven't planned for them before, it will be a bit hard to know how to add bust darts to something like that. I would be careful if you have bigger boobas. If you have smaller boobas, definitely give it a go. And the price is $10. Now, you know what? I'm not gonna tell you prices anymore. I write them on this like additional graphic I add to the video, and I'm too lazy to convert the prices right now to USD. So I either won't give you prices or I will tell you them in the original currency. Sorry. The next flower, or in this case actually also wheat inspired design, is the Grot top by Fiber Tales. Once again, very whimsical, very inspired by the fields of wheat and just growing plants, because Grot means growing in Danish. It is a tank top with the details on its shoulder straps. And I think it's fun that it's the only place where you need to kind of like focus, and after that it's just plain stockinette. So it does have a little, but it's not too much. So it's a hint of something, but without being too much. It's made at DK weight gauge, with sizes going from 76 centimeters to 156 centimeters, or 30.5 to 62.5 inches. And I absolutely loved all the testers photos, so it looks like it's gonna look good on a lot of bodies. Yet another flower-inspired thing we have on our list is Aliko vest by Vera Velimäki. It is a colorwork vest inspired by folk music. Actually, it has a very fun origin story. This vest was made for the folk band Aliko, which is the name of the vest as well. And you actually can see the picture of 3 of them standing in the pattern wearing those vests. It's made in fingering weight yarn. Sizes go from 36 to 69.25 inches or 90 to 173 centimeters. And I absolutely love the small details in it because other than just color work, it also has this little baubles on top of flowers, which gives it more of a 3D kind of effect for the whole color work. So it looks really cute. Unfortunately, the only photos of projects are from the samples the designer made herself. So the 3 vests the band are wearing together. So I can't be sure that it has been tested because there are no tester photos. But at the same time, I think that it is very simple construction, so it would be a little bit hard to kind of mess it up. So I'd give it a go. And you think we're stopping with the flower or plant-inspired patterns? Wonder Bloom Vest by Ronja Hakalekto. Made in DK gauge, it is a gorgeous lace layering vest, so you definitely won't wear it without something underneath. It's very exposing. I mean, not definitely. If you want to go for it, queen. It has some I-cord ties in the front, and it just looks like a very simple project to make and just like put on top of everything. It will go with dresses, tees, everything. In my opinion, it's just a very like universal thing to have in your wardrobe. So I'm definitely interested in knitting that. Sizes go from 88 to 184 centimeters or 34.75 to 72.5 inches. And the photos kind of want you to be in the same field as Ronja walks in because, oh my god, do they look cozy. Yet another flower-inspired design is Petal Blouse by Cupid Knits. This one is made at sport gauge and it is a blouse with a sweetheart neckline, puff sleeves, and a bit of, not frills, what do you call them? Peplum at the bottom. So basically it flares out. And I really like that it is also has some ribbing on the waist. So it's very like waisted and then it goes poof. It's so elegant and romantic. I absolutely love that. My favorite thing about this pattern is I think it's gonna look awesome on all types of bodies, no matter what shape, no matter what happens in the shoulder or boobage area. It will just kinda make a new shape that doesn't depend on the shape of your body in a way. So if you like this shape, it can be a very cool garment to have. I would totally make it. The only problem is it's the end of July and I'm already close to having autumn mood, so probably not this year. And the sizes go from 75 to 155 centimeters. And the inches I will add here on the picture. But there is a but. If you don't want to knit anything with puff sleeves, or maybe you want to have something similar, but you don't want to invest into a pattern, guess what Postcard Knits did? She did it again. She released another free pattern. This time it's Bodega Blouse by Postcard Knits, and it is a similar construction, different neckline, different waisting, and no puff sleeves. But if you make some modifications to this free pattern, you can definitely get closer to the previous one. But even by itself, it's a gorgeous pattern. It is a simple top with some ruffling at the bottom and flaring out as well. Made at DK weight gauge, and for sizes from 70 centimeters to 155 centimeters or 28 to 62 inches. And if you check out testers' photos, some of them look absolutely amazing. And I kind of feel like it's a perfect pattern to use up some of your hand-dyed variegated yarns because it's very simple construction with not a lot of things going on. So adding a little bit of oomph to it would be amazing. And once again, it's a free pattern. I know that Liz also released another free pattern, but called the Curtain Call top, I think. But for some reason, I couldn't find it when I was looking for it. I just know about it from TikTok. I just couldn't find it on Ravelry. So just know that if you go to her designer profile, there probably will be at some point another free top that is also very cute. I told you the top section is gonna be big today. We're not finished yet. I'm sorry. Persephone top by Emma Jäger or Midsummer Knits, and it is once again gorgeous. Double knit button band, cables going down the very interesting construction with split bottom, even some small saddle shoulders. that give it just a little bit of like extra detail. Optional bust darts included and made at fingering weight gauge. The sizing goes from 26 to 62 inches or 66 to 157 centimeters. And my favorite detail is that one of the sample photos that Emma used is with her mom, because her mom was a model for the second sample. That is really cute. Now, right now, Emma is having a knit-along for any of her summer tops, and this top is also on the knit-along, so I'm not sure if you can sign up in the middle of it, but if you can check, and if you can, then there are prizes in the end. And it's the knit-along I'm currently doing with her Groovy Tank, and it's a very fun chat with lots of people that are super cool. Okay, we only have 2 short-sleeve tops left. One is Fiction Top by Catherine Seeberger. Now, I would not call it a top per se. I would call it like a short-sleeved cardigan, because kinda is more of a garment and not a summer top, in my opinion, especially since it's made on DK weight gauge. But I am absolutely obsessed with the flowers that are color worked inside the pattern, so it's not embroidery or something, it's inside the pattern. You have cables, you have color work, you have lace, you have everything you could dream of. So if you're craving a project that will kind of make you think and focus on the project you're making, that's the one for you. Also, judging by testers' photos, it has amazing fit. And also, I absolutely love how many creative decisions you might take with this top to make it even more fun. And the sizing go from 32 to 68 inches or 80 to 170 centimeters. The last short sleeve top on our list is Basecamp Tank by Woolen Pine. Now, the only problem I have with this design, even though it's a very fun color work project, is that it is Aran weight gauge. So I'm not sure about that. But the gauge is Aran weight, but the yarn they use is also Drops Air. So if you've been following my channel for some time, you know that I have a special relationship with Drops Air. It is my nemesis. And I won't stop until Drops Air is destroyed in the whole world. I'm joking, but also somehow not. So it's supposed to be still lightweight, but also I don't know who would want to wear a vest made out of Drops Air in summer. And it is clearly looking like more of a summer campfire visiting, hiking kind of garment. So I got questions, but I'm not judging before I try something. So just thoughts. Just thoughts. Testers photos look nice. Sizes go from 30 to 70 inches or 76 to 178 centimeters. So great job on grading, because it has a lot of positive ease as far as I remember, like 5 to 15 centimeters. So if you're not worried about getting too hot, go for it. Moving on to the long sleeve category. The first pattern on the list is by Fioricini Knits again, because Beatrice has been cranking out patterns like crazy, and it is Lola Cardigan. The gauge is DK, but it is 2 lace held together because it's made with mohair, held double. So it is super lightweight cardigan that you can wear on top of something and will just like not feel like you're wearing something, but still give you warmth. It's a circular yoke construction. There's gorgeous lace pattern all around the front and the sleeves of the garment. And I really like that Beatrice went as far as to add short rows to the collar so that it actually looks better. So you can see that there is a lot of details going into this pattern. Sizes go from 75 centimeters to 152 centimeters or 30 inches to 59.75 inches. And it looks like a perfect layering piece for autumn, which I am actually thinking of making because I have some midnight sole from Camarose that I got from a sale in our local yarn store. And it's the exact amount I would need for this cardigan. So I'm thinking about it. The next long sleeve top on our list, which is also a short sleeved top because it's you can have both modifications in this pattern, is Pluto Top by May Knits. It's a fitted top-down raglan sweater, or more like a blouse because it's made on sport weight gauge. It is designed to be very like close to body silhouette garment, so it has a lot of shaping, and all hems are finished with a rolled edge. Sizes go from 28 inches to 62 inches or 71 centimeter to 158 centimeters. And one of my favorite parts about this pattern again is that when you go through testers photos, All garments are so different and people made them look so unique, but at the same time, they all look amazing and very stylish. So this is just like, this is tailoring for your knit, and I love it very much. It also has been professionally tech edited, and the tech editor is a very cute girl who deserves all the love in the world, and she's just amazing and cute. I wonder who that could be. And as I said, it also has a short-sleeved option built into the pattern, which is more of a summer kind of fit. So a great pattern for something more tailored to your body. Okay, next one is Lock and Tie Blouse by, I'm not gonna even try to pronounce the name because I will murder this name. And we don't want that. So just by a very talented designer, let's call it this way. It is a, I'm struggling to say whether it's a blouse or a sweater. I know it's called a blouse, but it is DK weight gauge. But also it's made with this like DK gauge is made by lace held with light fingering. So, okay, let's go with blouse. It has a neck hole on top. It has I-cord edges, it has ribbings, it has a lot of small details, but my favorite part is that it has actually a lot of shaping inside of it. So designer says that there is like a lot of thoughts and short rows included into the shaping of this pattern. Now, obviously, I've never seen the pattern itself, but judging by the photos of testers, it does look very nice on a lot of bodies. Now, my only problem is that it uses so much yarn, a lot of yarn. So it is an investment piece, especially if you want to use some better yarns. And the sizing goes from 83 to 165 centimeters or 33.2 to 66 inches. Now, another garment that has been released that I test knitted and tech edited. So it's a gingham fruit sweater by CM Knits, and it is the sweater you've seen a lot both in the knitting stage and finish stage on this channel. It is an all-over color work drop shoulder sweater with gingham body and fruit sleeves with options for either blueberries, lemons or strawberries. I can't say anything about the sweater other than I absolutely love it and I've been wearing it non-stop. So I can't really say a lot of good things about the pattern because I was the tech editor and it would be a little bit too much to praise myself. But I can definitely say that a lot of people in the test group who made the sweater were very satisfied, and you can see a lot of projects on Ravelry with the tester projects. Sizing goes from 96 centimeters to 168 centimeters or 37 inches to 66 inches. And it's made at DK weight gauge. In my case, I used 2 light fingering held together, which was Holst Coast. So in my case, the sweater became a summer sweater because it's very lightweight and has cotton in it. And I love it. 2 more long sleeved options. We have Felix sweater by Valentina Bogdanova. Made it light fingering gauge. It has some a gorgeous circular yoke with lace pattern, like flowers blooming from your sweater to your shoulders. It looks absolutely like the peak of elegance, and I absolutely love it. But there is a but again. While it has been graded to a lot of sizes go from 85 to 165 centimeters or 34 inches to 66 inches. There is a but, because I checked the testers' photos and I realized one thing that is not a fun thing for me. You can see this line of flowers, and on designer sample, the flowers end around the lower part of your boobage area. And for smaller sizes, it's also the case for testers photos. So the line adds under, like at the end of the boobies, you end the flowers. Because of that, it gives like a little bit of a push-up effect visually for your body. But for the bigger sizes, the boobage area is bigger, and boobage area is protruding from your body, right? If you have bigger boobs. So the flowers end before this, and because of that, it looks kinda like the pattern is a little bit chopped up in pieces, because like the flowers end here, then it's stuck in it, and it just doesn't look as cute and elegant as it does with smaller sizes. So technically it is size inclusive. Visually, I would argue, but that's my own opinion. It's still a very pretty pattern though, so. The last long sleeve on our list is something like a dessert I kept for the last. It's Baltic Storm Sweater by Ville Silmo. I will just give you a minute to embrace the beauty of the sweater. I've been following this designer from even before she started the test call for the sweater. And I must say, if you like this one, just wait. She has so many cool things coming. She literally makes art instead of sweaters. And honestly, this is one of those sweaters I would never decide to knit because I know it would take me ages and I'm just not that patient. But this is a walk-in piece of art, which is at the same time functional because she actually did a great job on shaping the garment and grading it, because the sizes go from 92 centimeters to 167 centimeters and 36.75 to 66.75 inches. At the same time, if you go through Tess's photos, the sweater actually looks amazing on everybody. It actually fits, not just sits on top of them. Which is not always the case with kind of like artsy sweaters that are supposed to be pretty as a piece of art, but not exactly something you would wear. This one you would wear. And the funniest thing is that this is her debut pattern. So the level of respect I feel towards this designer is just insane. And I'm totally obsessed. What can I say? Moving on to the scarves and shawl section. Autumn is gonna be here quite soon, so designers are working on their shawls. The first shawl on my list is 3 Shades of You by Melanie Berg. It has this graphic color work look and it is made at fingering weight gauge. Are we surprised? Not really. And I really like the pattern of the graphic art itself, because I kind of feel like it's gonna work with a lot of different colors, so you can maybe stash bust some of the yarns that you had like half a skein left and stuff like that. And judging by Testa's photos again, there are many options you can use to make this shawl fun. Now another fun shawl I have is Strawberry High by Sarah Keller. And this one is, the body of the shawl is very simple. It's just stockinette as far as I understand, as far as I see. Yeah, stockinette with a little bit of shaping in the middle. So basically a stockinette triangle, but at the end there are really, 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 really cool ruffles at the border. Honestly, I would get this pattern just to know how she did such cute ruffles. I think it's just like some lace with knit and purl texture as well. Yeah, it looks very cute. At fingering weight gauge, it's gonna be quite a long project, I would say, but it looks very cute. Now, this shawl I am very excited about and I really think about knitting it. It's called Talk is Sheep by Katie de Groff Knits. And first of all, it was designed to be able to make it with knowing how much yarn you have. And basically you knit until half of your yarn is gone and then you start decreasing. So it's perfect stash busting project in scope of when you don't know exactly how much yarn you have and you just go by the weight. Second of all, it has very interesting texture and designer says that it can be easily made with variegated yarns as well, and judging by the photos, there are proofs to it. But what I love about this pattern is actually not the texture, not anything, but one exact colorway the designer used in this sample, because tell me it doesn't look like a bookcase. I don't care how this shawl is called. I'm calling it my bookcase or library shawl, and I really would like to knit it because this gives me such a cozy vibe. I am obsessed. Like, tell me, am I crazy or does it look like a library shelf? Maybe I played too much librarian on my PC lately. I had to listen to the pronunciation of this word because it's Irish word. It's called Roy Sheen Shawl by Fox and Folk, which means little rose in Irish. And I absolutely love how whimsical it is. It looks like something you would wear to the woods, and I'm here for it. And I actually really like the shaping because usually we are used to like triangular shows. This one is a trapezoid. Because of that, you have more options on how to wear it and how to shape it around your body to get different kinds of shaping, right? And also it has 3 sizes from kerchief to large shawl. So that's cute. Now the last shawl we have is Herb Gatherer by Paulina Kunsola. It's a scrap yarn shawl that is supposed to be like very adjustable, and it was made basically for scrap busting or like stash busting. You can plan around your stripes the way you want, and I really like the idea of just like collecting some of your scraps and adding them to the shawl by growing it and growing it and growing it, as long as your colors kind of match together, because like I can imagine my scraps becoming a problem for such a shawl. But the idea is really cool if you ask me. Now we're moving to accessories. We have Tomato Pouch Back Charm by Alexandra Solovyanyuk, and it's a tomato little pouch you can put on your bag, and it's Tomato Girl summer, so it's very on trend. I can't really tell you a lot about it. It's just a DK weight pouch that's really cute, and I wanted to add it. Sue me. Please don't, I don't have money for a lawyer. Next accessory is Checker Double Knit Beanie. It's a pattern by Disco Loop, and it's a double knit hat with a checkered pattern on it. Not very groundbreaking, but looking cute. And it has 3 sizes from baby to child adult small or adult large. The next accessory we have is a free pattern. It's Unibag by Lannée Tricot. I can smell myself butchering the name. It's a free pattern for a very small cute pouch with a picot edge on top, and it looks amazingly cute, and it's free. And has color work. What else you can want for? I kind of feel like it's gonna be a perfect kind of gift for somebody who either plays D&D and needs to store their dice, or just like someone who uses a lot of little bags. So I feel like it's going to my gift knit video in the end of the year. And the last cute accessory I have is Bunny Ice Cream by One Man Band. It is a pocket-sized bunny ice cream toy, kind of, and it's supposed to be just a plush toy, but hear me out. Add a keychain to it or just like some I-cord loop to it, and how cute would it look like on your bag? Like, I want it. I need to actually make it, but I don't think I have any yarns that are in any similar colors to what I need, so maybe not this year, but I want it. Now I have 3 socks patterns for you. First one is Mocha Haze Socks by, let's not butcher this name as well. It's a classic cable knit sock, and there are both traditional cables and mock cables in one pattern, which is fun if you ask me. They are toe-up socks, and the heel is formed with short rows. I actually think I'm gonna make them this winter because I need more socks for myself. I've been gift knitting socks for everybody, but I only have 1 pair for myself. I think this might be the one. Now we have colorwork socks called Summer Waltz by Mackenzie Alvarez. It has butterflies, it has plants. What more can you ask for? It looks super whimsical, and I am in love with it. And it also can be bought as part of an ebook as well. So there will be like 4 different patterns of socks. So maybe check them out as well. And now the pattern that is called Ugly Christmas Sweater Socks 2.0. And I think they are adorable. So I would love to knit them. They're so much fun with some actual texture on them and the fun colors. I think they will be a perfect match for your ugly Christmas sweater. Now the last category of patterns I have for you are weird stuff. I couldn't find another name for this category, honestly, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't share those 2 with you. Now one of them is called Ultimate Knitted Scale Mail Gloves, and it's exactly what you would think it is. It is the Ultimate Knitted Scale Mail Gloves. What do you expect? But for real though, Crafty Mutt decided to take knitting and combine it with actual scales. Those scales have like a little hole on top. So she was knitting fabric and knitting the scales to the fabric she was knitting. And well, it's literally scaled gloves. And now I know that not a lot of you will actually use this pattern and knit it, but just imagine how cute it would be to make these gloves and like make a mermaid costume for Halloween or something. So, and it can be such pretty thing for like cosplays or something. So definitely not an everyday use pattern, but a fun one nevertheless. And the second weird pattern I have for you is Jimothy the Seattle Raccoon by Cooley Craft. I don't know how people do that, but somebody was so fast with releasing a pattern for a toy shaped after Jimothy, the famous viral raccoon from Seattle. Now, if you don't know who the hell Jimothy is, I am very sorry. You missed a very important cultural chunk on TikTok. Basically, it's a raccoon that has some deformations in its body. So it has a little bit of a weird shape. So people have been noticing him a lot lately in Seattle and have been posting videos, and he went viral because he is precious and everybody needs to protect him at all costs. Because first of all, he's very cute. Second of all, can you imagine seeing him in your garden at night, seeing just like this thing that you don't know what it is in the dark, just like creeping in your garden? Ugh. But he became super famous. There was even like an art exhibition slash contest in Seattle where everybody was making their like pieces of art with Jimothy. And now we have the yarn version as well. So I ain't gonna lie, I might do that because he is so silly and cute. He's precious. Now that's it for the official pattern roundup. So as I promised, after I say my goodbyes, I will add pictures and names of the designers of other patterns that are on my bundle that is linked in the description below. So you can just go to the bundle and check other patterns, or you can wait until pictures of it that will be in this video. Now, those patterns are not in any way worse than the ones I showed you. They were just not as intriguing to me personally, just because it's not my style or something like that. So, as I promised you before, I only share the patterns that I would want to knit myself. So, that's kind of the whole gist of this video. Yeah. I hope you liked this video. If you did, consider subscribing to my channel and maybe pressing the like button or hyping up the video. And tell me if any of the patterns I showed you today are interesting to you, or you're planning to make them maybe. Maybe they went into your queue, or at least your favorites. Just tell me. And I really hope that in August designers won't make that many good patterns, because it was a hell to choose the ones that were making it to the video. There were way too many, and if you open the bundle, you will see my struggles. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.